pick one, pack one vintage cube draft. We are trying to win this, and this pack is not spectacular. Another new addition, Elder Gargoros, to the cube. We are not picking that. There's Ancient Tomb, which is fine, but not that ideal. And there's Counterspell and Jace. I think I'm just going with the Counterspell and see where that takes us. There's also Oracle of Mudaya, but I'm not that big of a fan of that card. Alright, I am a big fan of Riftwing Cloudsgate, Misty Rainforest, Brazen Borrower, and Cryptic Command. Also I like Garruk and Noble Hierarch, Underground Sea. I think I will just take the Brazen Borrower. It's the easiest card to use in the game, even though it's not the most powerful card. Yeah, I'm just going with the Brazen Borrower here. Okay, there's Search for Skanser. I know some people like that card. I think it's very bad in cube. It shouldn't be at all in the cube. But it is because so many people pick it. 1000 Year Storm is kind of cool. But for us there's like Toxic Deluge or Mana Leak. Toxic Deluge because as a 3-mana sweeper is so strong and pretty unique, only needing 1 black mana. But I'm going with Mana Leak here. Right, Luca is here. We could take the Luca. I don't want to do that now. There's also Dryad and like Phantasmal Image. I think I'm going with the Celestia Signet now, just because signets are fine, and I can see myself playing cards that need a white or green mana, like Teferi, Oko, cards like that. Okay, this pack is super weak. So we could take like a Necromancy and gamble on that. I think I will take the Edric. And maybe I just have some kind of deck in that direction going. Alright, now we have Bayou, Tiger, Primeval Titan. I think I will go with the Titan. There's no really consideration for the other cards. No strong cards there, and yeah, I'm just taking the Titan. Okay, here's the Ooze, Control Magic, Rakdos Return, Thirst for Knowledge. I'm kind of digging Thirst for Knowledge, but I haven't really seen a creature I want to take with Control Magic yet, and I think Thirst for Knowledge can be a great card. Okay, there's opposition. It can easily be a green-blue opposition kind of deck, style of deck. Yeah. Alright, now I take the land for me. And there's also Misty Rainforest. That's kind of insane, but I take it. Baral would also be cool, making those spells cost only 1 mana and also letting me loot. Okay, this pack is kind of bad. think I will take the Jitte. It's a beast within. Alright, Soaring. That's the best card in the cube, I would imagine. Um, kind of like Ancestral a little bit more sometimes, because you have these decks, or I have these decks often where I'm not that mana hungry. And yeah, so Ancestral can be great there, because then you reload with those cheap interactive spells. But obviously we are taking Soaring now. And there's an Narset. There's also Mind Twist, which is kind of broken, but I think Narset is also insane. There's no cheap creature for Edric or something, and there's Through the Breach. We could take that, but I think Narset is too good on color to speculate on something like Through the Breach. Okay, now there's Polluted Delta and Grim Monolith. It's kind of a toughie, because Grim Monolith could be very strong with something like Primeval Titan, or I don't know what we will get even. But Polluted Delta could mean that we can splash something, or maybe we get a duel in those colors. But I think I will go with Grim Monolith. Okay, there's Nissa, which is pretty strong. Other options are Gush and I don't know, Swath Plowshares, Regrowth. Yeah, I think I will go with Nissa. I'm not that big of a fan of Nissa in this cube, but I think I can run enough forests to play this, and with those two cards, that's a pretty high impact early play. Alright. That's not a strong pack for us, unfortunately. I think I will just take Hallowed Fountain. Even though it's kind of unintuitive, I will take Hallowed Fountain, because Smuggler's Copter isn't really there yet, and I think Brainstorm is not that great for us. Okay, now we have Overgrown Tomb. I don't think there are that many black cards we would want, and we already have that to play white card. But I think there's nothing else, just Relic of Progenitus to bad, so I will take the land. Wow, there's Oko. Oko is one of the best cards besides the Power 9. Okay, there's Snapcaster Mage. There's also Leovold, Vraska, and Force of Will, which are all very strong, and it's kind of a bummer that we see them all here in one pack. I think I want the Snapcaster Mage. Okay, now I take Maelstrom Pulse, but it's not that great, honestly. Primal Command is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Tangle Wire could be interesting. Regrowth. Eternal Witness or the land. I think I will go with the land. Stomping Ground. Alright, now we have kind of a bad pack, but there's Fractured Identity and Sherlock Isle. But I think Fractured Identity is insane. We have Highlight Fountain and we have the Celestia Signet. We might even pick up more fixing, so this could be a worthy splash for our deck. Ooh, and a Mox Pearl. Yeah, kind of working out great here. Right, now we have Tropical Island. I think it's a pretty easy pick, but I always love Duck Faden, and we have a Stomping Ground, but I don't think we want to do that. Spell Pierce I would definitely play in this deck, but I will go with fixing. Alright, also a pretty bad pack. Plow Under can be extremely strong with Soul Ring and Grim Monolith, so that could be interesting, but also there's Ancestral Vision, which is fine. I think I will go with Plow Under, even though it's kind of bad. Huh. I will take Emrakul. And there's Channel. Should we do it? I think we can. We can try. We even have Primal Command to set it up. There would be a Prismatic Vista, but I don't think I'm giving up that much by not taking it. Okay, there's Heartbeat. But you still kind of need a lot of mana. The elves are kind of nice. There's Strip Mine. I think Strip Mine is very good, but we have a position in Edric, so I think the elf has even more value. And we could take Yorion, but I think Garuk Relentless is extremely good, one of the best planeswalkers. Because you just kill one guy, then still have the Garuk and the other side of the Garuk that can search out creatures and so on. It's very cool. Also making a token every turn. And then, yeah. Alright, we could take the Oath of Druids and then cut like the 3 creatures that we got and just have Oath of Druids Emrakul. Also we have Primeval Titan, so we could just like only take those. Do I want a Hydroid Krasis or a Sylvan Library? Krasis channel is kind of cute. I think I will go with Sylvan Library. Enlightened Tutor is not really setting up that much in our deck, so far Grandmasters. Yeah, it's a card. Restoration Angel over Fiend Artisan. Even though Fiend Artisan channel does work, right? It kind of does. Alright, this is the deck. I think we play 1 planes even though I'm not sure about that, honestly. So this way we have like 5 basic islands, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10 sources, and then for green we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think it's fine to play planes. Fractured Identity is pretty good, and we have only like 3 sources for it otherwise. The last card, I mean, we can do this, but I think a 5th source is good, because the games don't last that long sometimes, and I think it's the case in this deck. The last card I added is Regrowth instead of Oath of Druids. Oath of Druids is not really working. We have Brazen Borrower, Edric, and even though we could replace those cards, we don't have anything on the board to replace them with. We have Beast Within, we have like Tango Wire, and Oath of Druids, which could replace like Primeval Titan is okay to hit, so we could take those out, this one and this one. So 4 cards, and I don't think Oath of Druids is adding enough that we don't want to play with these. Okay, so yeah, see you round 1. Alright, welcome to round 1. I just played this round against the German Jerk, and I didn't hit record apparently, so we will watch this replay. So let's do it. I don't know. All right, let me figure this out. All right. I skipped to the first turn. I played a Highlight Fountain. This hand is bad, but I don't think I can do better. Alright, my opponent has Mishra's Workshop, that's very scary, and the Lightning Greaves. And I'm not very good equipped with this hand, honestly, to fight that. I draw an island here, and my opponent drops an Tango Wire, so that's the game right now. I skip to this turn because I have to play Source Knowledge here. I am discarding Edric and Sylvan Library, and now this is the game. My opponent has to tap 3 permanents, keeps the Mishra's Workshop on untapped, drops an tapped land. I tap 3 things, so I draw Soaring. That's a very nice draw. I'm planning on having Brazen Borrower, let's say, drop something scary. And they don't. I just take my turn instead of bouncing Lightning Greaves or something. Tap those 2, draw even another forest, so I can play Plow Under this turn on the 2 tapped lands, and that's game 1. My opponent is conceding to that, so their hand must have not much action, and they can't see themselves winning a game where they drawing the next 2 turns just some tapped lands, and then the Tango Wire is fading away. So that was game 1, and I boarded in Beast Within against this opponent, and I think I took out opposition. Yeah. Alright, this is the second game. I will hit play again, even though it might get a little bit convoluted. I mulligan this hand. That was 4 of my 5 forests. Now I keep this hand. It's not bad. If I hit a forest, I can play an early
Nissa, but my opponent has a Dream Start with Mishra's Workshop into Grim Monolith themselves, so I play the Elf, of course, and let's see what the follow-up plays. They have 7 mana now in turn 2, and they are playing a Duretti. This is a very powerful Planeswalker. +2, you can loot with 2 cards in your hand, or rummage 2 cards from your hand, up to. And then for -2, you can sacrifice an artifact, get 1 back from the yard. I just play the Grim Monolith, attack the ready. They ditch the Smokestack, play the Collision Relic, and now they even have a Tango Wire, and they bring back the Smokestack with the Diretti. So yeah, that's kind of a yikes moment here, because we are floating all this mana, and we are doing something at least. We play this Snapcaster Mage and tap the Grim Monolith, but then we can't really do that much here. We can't really just sit there and do nothing and hope that the Smokestack for 1 will be enough to pick all those up, because the Ratty can just gain such an advantage in finding the right tools, the right time, and then switching those artifacts back and forth. So yeah, I think I have to play something here, and this is really devastating. Phyrexian Revoker on Grim Monolith, so I can't play the Nissa next turn. And now they stack it just right, so I have to sacrifice before I have to tap, and I sacrifice Grim Monolith. I don't know if it's right or wrong, and now I don't even attack, because I think like maybe I still can play a Nissa at some point, but my opponent is taking up the Smokestack, and yeah, the dream of playing Nissa this game are kind of fading, the dreams. They are sacking the Revoker. They don't need it anymore. They can bring it back to shut down another creature. They draw a Lodestone Golem, so now all my spells cost even more mana. I do this here, sack those, tap those, draw Mana Leak, so at least I can counter the next spell. Or I hope so at this point, but I'm really not feeling it. I think I said in the original original game where I played this live that I could just concede to Tank Wire Smokestack, but I just wanted to play a little more with my opponent here, just to give them the chance to somehow mess it up or something. So I can Mana Leak the Chandra now, but there's a Tango Wire on 4 again. They sacrificed the Tango Wire, then brought it back with the Diretti, and that really is a nail in the coffin. Right, I don't really have an out. Now all my permanents are just going to die. I'm accepting that at this point, and then I hope that their permanents are also, yeah, kind of like, I hope they have 1 or 2 permanents left, and even if they do, they likely to be the ready and the best artifact they have, and I can't really beat that without anything in play. So this is what's happening now. I have nothing left. I play the island because I figured they have to sacrifice the Smokestack, and if they don't, that's kind of good for us if my island can provoke them to do that, but it can't, and or could not, and yeah, they start kind of the game with those 2 against my island and my 3 cards versus their 1 card, and I kind of can't draw out of here. I have to draw a Soul Ring pretty fast, and then I might have a chance. But yeah, now I draw the Soul Ring, and that's game 2. Alright, game 3. I had a bad hand. I mulliganed the other hand. I was not feeling it. And it's kind of important that you don't keep 2 slow hands in this format, or hands with no action in it or something. I mean, this hand is much better than the first hand, even though you just saw it for a brief moment. I can assure you. Yeah, I discarded the Emrakul, ditched it to the mulligans, and found it again with the Narset. Kind of funny. I'm building up against a smokestack here. My opponent has Grim Monolith, and I am keeping up Brazen Borrower to bounce at end of turn. I could honestly just let it go to sack the Narset and get it back, but I don't want to give my opponent a window here because they have so much mana to kind of play a draw spell or something. And I don't do it. I save that play for later when they replay the smokestack in my head, at least. So now they untap the Grim Monolith. I kind of didn't see that coming. My hand is so stacked. You see Regrowth, Fractured Identity, Snapcaster. That are like 3 copies of Fractured Identity on the 3 best permanents. So I figured not to do this on the Grim Monolith if they have a big follow-up, but they just play this. I have Brazen Borrower, and now I actually will Fractured Identity the Grim Monolith. For the case they might have an Eldrazi or something, I don't know. They have so much mana now. And start beating down here. There's still 5 cards, but we know they are such a stack that what can it even be? We have seen so much of the deck, and it's all just kind of weird stacks pieces. Sylvan Library doesn't even work against Narset, and they play Smokestack, and yeah, it's kind of looking like they don't winning this game, and they agree and they concede at this point. So that's round 1, 1-0, and I hope I won't mess up the recording for game 2, match 2.
Oh my god, MTG with the knowledge.
Alright, let's play the second round with our bad opposition deck. We are going to play first. This hand is bad. Even if we draw another land, and even if it's a forest, we're not doing that much. I would be inclined to keep it, but I think I'm going to mulligan this hand. I mean, if this wasn't powered cube, I would incline to keep it. But I think the counterspell isn't enough. And yeah, this hand is much better. This is a turn 2 Garruk, right? And I think I'm going to ditch the Emrakul once again. I think I'm going to shock here with the Hallowed Fountain in case I draw the. Ooh, there's the channel, of course. Kind of what we expected. Everybody thought we're going to draw the channel, but keeping the Emrakul would be kind of unreasonable. And now we start making wolves. Of course, we are at a huge advantage now, but we are 1 lightning bolt away from losing the Garruk, of course. Sorry for that, I got a message. Let's just make the token now. And I play the top land.
have still the counter spell up. And I think the counterspell is an important piece of interaction here, because we can easily lose to a combo because we don't have a fast clock or something. Alright, I think now I'm going to attack first in case my opponent has Pestamite. Continue to pump out those wolf. So my opponent goes to 8 next turn and then dies in the turn after. I think if my opponent now goes for a Pestamite or something like that, I let it resolve. Oblivion Stone. Oblivion Stone. I think I want to just counter that. Yeah. I mean, I could attack with the Lumbering Falls and still have the counter spell, and then even if my opponent blows up the Oblivion Stone, they just die regardless to the Lumbering Falls. So I think I'm fine with this. Wow, opposition. Yeah, I just stick to the plan. Alright, my opponent, the Lumbering Falls, and think I want to counter that. Now I could trade lands, and I think I will just do that. I don't know. Kind of feels like using the counter spell was just so bad, right? Right, a chalice for one. So I think I can just run out the Sylvan Library now. Jace. I could Fractured Identity that. My opponent has 1 mana left. It's kind of a good one to steal. Also kind of a good one to counter, because I have Sylvan Library coming up. Alright, I definitely want the Nissa. And I think I just keep the Brazen Borrower. And I mean, I could play the Elf, so I think I will do that. Bang. Bang. What I could have done is do the same with Tropical Island and then have Brazen Bower up, but it didn't really matter. Alright, so kind of misplayed the game a little bit maybe, but Soul Ring was good enough to in the end be victorious. So did we see something for Field of Ruin? We have Primeval Titan, and it's kind of a powerful card against things like Caracas and things like that, but I don't see we saw something particularly interesting. We just saw the one Mishra's Factory, and I think we don't want that against it, but I think I want to keep it as this for now. Alright, that's a turn to Oko. And now we even have the Emrakul to have the channel out here. Right, does my opponent have Fire Ice or something? for the elf. Doesn't look like it, so we are trying to resolve the Oko now. And we're making a food. And say go. Alright, my opponent had Fire Ice, but chose to not use it. Kind of super strange play. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Still bluffing Force of Will and Force of Negation, things like that. So I'm just not yielding in this format when I'm blue, and I will turn this into a 3/3 creature and attack my opponent, as you do with the Oko. And I hope I don't lose to Kiki Jiki combo, Pestamite, Splinter Twin combo, or some other kind of vintage shenanigans here. Okay, Present Aura, that's kind of a cool draw. I really picked it really high, and I really like the interactive nature of this card when people are just trying to get broken things out. Okay, now I create another food token. Alright, Mox, Jet. Black mana in the game. We didn't see a black card, so it means nothing. That's black. Alright, now we have double blue for the opposition. Could even play the Narset. What's the best here? I think attacking. I'm not worried about my opponent drawing cards, and we have lethal next turn, right? We can just play this as a creature, and I don't want to tap out of blue for now against this color combination. Burst Lightning that guy, that's fine. 3 cards in hand for my opponent, somehow even less than me. Treachery that guy. Unfortunately we can't bounce our own, right? That's a bummer. So they are going to untap this, and then I can try to bounce it at the end of turn. Do I really want to bounce it though? I think I want to bounce something. I think I can just do this. Definitely making a food. And then I think I still just want to play the Bears and blah blah blah. Edric. Edric is not bad. Might be worth it here. Not going to play it. And my opponent concedes. Alright. That was round 2. Onto the finals.
This program is brought to you by Magic the Gathering, the trading card game of strategy and imagination.
Going to play first. And this hand is fine. I have a Signet in the Oko, and yeah, I'm going to keep this. We're pulling mulligans to 6. And it looks like there's some kind of white-red aggressive deck, which could be a problem. All right. Okay, so now I think I could either play Oko and make a food, or play Oko and transform my Signet. But I would rather make a food. Oko goes to like 2, then it goes up to 3, and then I make Primal Command. I don't really know what is better, but I think it's better this way. Okay, so do they have something else to finish Oko off here or not? They do. All right. And now I could either gain 7 life or put like the land on top of the library, and I think I'm just putting their land back. here. There it is. And now I get Primeval Titan, right? That's the best one. I mean, I could get like Brazen Burrower to like bounce their thing, but I don't think I want to do that. And I'm just going with Primeval Titan. Pass the turn. Alright, so this becomes a 4/4. That's why Brazen Borrower would have been interesting at least. Alright, there's Soul Ring, so we can get that in the mix too. Now definitely Lumbering Falls, and then I guess Hallowed Fountain. So at 6 mana, this becomes an 8/8 flying first strike creature. Alright, so I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I attack and then hit a land, next turn I can cast Emrakul, also I can gain an additional 3 life. So I think I want to attack. I also think I play the Mox Pearl in case my opponent has something like a Wheel of Fortune. And now let's just count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright. Alright, my opponent has Restoration Angel. I think I will just gain some life. Alright, Hazoret. Does that mean I'm dead? If I don't block with the Lumbering Falls? Oh, it can't attack. So this is 9 damage. I'm on 5, so even this does not kill me. I mean the activation of this. So I guess I'm taking it. All right. Don't mind me. I'm just casting an Emrakul right here. Take an extra turn. And that's that. This has trample, this can't block. Yeah. Alright, that worked out, I guess. So, I mean, we could do something like Swings and Oath of Druids. Does not seem unreasonable against that opponent. We lose like Brazen Borrower and Snapcaster Mage, Elves of Deep Shadow. And Edric has to go as well. I think I kind of like it against this opponent. And then I can also like run a Tangle Wire maybe. And Beast Within. Let's just get Terminus in here. So he thinks this is fine. Alright, I have Oath of Druids. I have the Emrakul in my hand. But I think I still keep it. So I get one of those other crazy cards. Alright, now I have to discard. I discard the Emrakul thanks to the Goblin Guide. And yeah, alright. So curious what we will hit here. Pretty lucky of the Goblin Guide. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, the player choose target player who controls more creatures. Yes. Alright, there's Primeval Titan. Alright, now what can we do? We have the Mox, we have the Grim Monolith. So now we can either play Nissa or play Plow Under. Kind of feel like Plow Under. Yeah, we got there. All right. Pretty lucky in the end there with the Oath of Druid plan working out perfectly as if we had drawn it up like that. So one last thing to do is to open the chest. And what will we get here in our chest? All right. 85 play points and Lunar Mystic whenever you're... Alright, that's not that interesting, but 85 play points, that's great. So thanks for watching, everybody.